Hey guys, Marty Boots here. So today I just want to talk about Ethereum because Ethereum, the predicted date for the launch of the ETF is the July 18th area. I don't think it's completely confirmed. It's around the July 18th, which is about a week away. So this video is in preparation for the ETF launch date. Um, Ethereum, it's holding beautifully, to be honest. You know, these. I just want to show you here. These bottoms. It is. It is pierced below this previous bottom. That's not uncommon in a bull market, right? I just want to state that first. Uh, actually, I just want to. I'll just show you another concept here, another example of the concept. Now, if we go back to past bull markets, right? If we go back to past bull markets, I'm going to go way back. Sorry, maybe I should have been prepared for this, but you can see, these are these past bull markets moving up. Will we go way back? We can go way back, right, and see if there's anything here back in 2010 or whatever. Okay, so you get the chop. Okay, look at this. So you do get all the chop. Look at this one here. It creates the range. It pierces below it, and then it moves up. This one is a higher low. Okay, so that is what it is. That's a higher low. Now, if we move to the next one, what happened on the next one? Well, there is that range there. Now, maybe this could be considered the first range, right? The first low of the range, possibly. You could say that. To be fair, but it did go down. It's a bit of a falling wedge. But those, the pierce below the range here did bottom the market, and once you go back up inside the green line, also you could just leave your green line here, right? Once you get back up above the green line here, you can be bullish and the price moons to the upside, because once it moves, it's going to move fast and furious, guys. It's going to catch people off guard, right? Here's another one, right? If we continue into the range, now this is a 3-day chart, by the way, and these happen throughout history. Look at this, the pierce below in the range, and you want to be buying there or just above it, and look how fast it moves when it starts to move, right? So that's back to 2011 or whatever it is, but it's not an outlier. It's I just want to state that. And here again, sometimes you get these higher lows, right? They are the other pattern, of course. This was straight up after that. Now, if we look here, it happens over and over and over and over again as well, right? You can see here, right there, it actually happened here as well. If I draw the line right, let's move it right there. Okay, so it happened here. It also happened here below the range low. It also happened here below the range low. If I zoom into it, you can see it more clearly. The range low below it, back above the green line. Back above the green line, you want to be bullish. Now, what do you notice above the next one, right? It happened here also, right? Back above the green line, it moved up higher, right? So the concept has been working throughout history. Um, Different range there. So I just want to, well, now that I'm here, I'll go to Bitcoin, right? Now that I'm here, I'll go to Bitcoin, right? What happens below the range low? We were below it, and now you're above the green line. What do you do above the green line? You have to be bullish as long as you're above the green line. Okay, so it's doing it there on Bitcoin, and if I just go back to Ethereum here, well, we'll go here. We didn't actually take it out on Ethereum. Are we going to take it out at some point? Well, it is possible, but it's very, very important. Like we had a couple of these patterns before, and what did we say? Remember the pattern? Oh, that's the wrong line. What did we say before when there was two or three lows like this? Well, even if you use the first low, if you get back above the green line, above the first low here, you need to be bullish above the green line. Okay, so Ethereum is technically now flipped bullish again. Right, it is bullish above this green line, and we have less than one, potentially less than 1 week to go until the ETF. Now, what is this saying? Well, quite often in these patterns here, there can be some dips, right? So I don't know if we'll get it. Do you want to be straight bullish here? Um, if you're trading spot, you could buy here right now and buy a bit lower. It's not financial advice. It's just telling you what I would do in my thought processing. Buying here on spot and buying here into the dip. If we get it in here, your stop could go below this low if you're willing to use a stop. A lot of people don't like stops. I don't really like stops, but I do use them in certain circumstances. It really depends on the circumstances. I prefer to use a mental stop and watch the market and see if it, I don't want to be wicked out intraday and then my trade goes and makes me money. And so, you'd rather that confirmation sometimes. And the other thing is you need to have that included in your money management. If you're going to do it that way, maybe you need to put a little bit less money on to account for that little bigger bit of drawdown in the moment. So it all needs to come into the management of the trade. Anyway, I'm rambling on about that, but this is important here. We are into a very important range, and that is your main line in the sand here. We have to say at the moment, if we're going to start breaking up, let me continue this conversation a little bit. If this closes strong like this, what often happens is the dip here is a buy, right? The dip, if this closes strong on this weekly candle, right, then it means the dip has a good chance of being a buy. It's not guaranteed, but it has a good chance of being a buy, right? So, like here, maybe it's not a great example, but it's a bit of an example, right? It's just because it's right there, so you can kind of see that this closed fairly strong, right? Fairly strong. It didn't close fully strong, but the dip here was a buy for a move back up. Now it did kind of fake out there, so it's not the best example, but this is the other example, right? You can see here, see the way this did close strong. We need to see where this is going to close, right? We are in the middle of this candle here, you can see, and then it's the next week's candle is very important. The next week's candle is also the ETF candle potentially. So, where does this close? If this closes strong, well, maybe then we can trade that to the long side, and maybe it's going to continue. So we do need to watch here, because there's signs and getting it back above here, it's closing strong. Now, if it closes below this green line here, this is our first major low, well, that's a sign of weakness. Right? That would be a sign of weakness in my view, and it means be more cautious. So that's the way I would play that in the meantime. But you need a game plan going into this. You need to, if this is the low like past bull markets have done, here as well. If you want to look here, where this is the first range. Look right here. I didn't draw it perfectly, but if you look there, we created the low, we pierced below it. That was your buy, and then we moved up. We are below that as well right now. I remember back here, a lot of people were bearish and saying the bull market's over and blah blah blah. Yeah, it was close to being over, but it was not over. That's a theory. That's 150% bounce on Ethereum, which is a multi-billion-dollar asset. So yeah, and you can also take your Elliott wave or whatever, 1, 2, your longest wave 3, 4, wave 5. Wave 5 topped out the market. Okay, so this way, where is this? Is this a 1, 2? Was that wave 3, wave 4? Do we need a wave 5, or are we into a longer super cycle here? Wave 1, pull back 2, your wave 3 is your longest wave, or whatever, 4 and 5, right? Are we going to that $10,000 mark or $12,000 mark, like a lot of people predict and think that Ethereum will do? Well, then, these dips then will be great opportunities. The other thing I want to point out here is, why is this so important as well? Now, this is a bullish stop hunt on a 3-month chart, right? Price failed to break down here. Price was down here and failed to break below this previous low. That is technically bullish now, right? Now, it may mean that we may chop about for a long period of time. It could mean, if this does chop about for a long period of time, well, then the next quarter could do something like that, and then we could start running. Okay, so that is a possibility. This is red on the quarter. Is the new ETF going to have enough power, enough juice in the tank to flip this bullish? If this does flip bullish here, well, that's extremely bullish, right? If this flips up and flips green here, and that opens the door then for this to really move up higher and test the all-time highs on a new quarter coming into the end of the year. So It's a very, very important point in the market, and we just need to be watching. Um, the other thing here is a 2 week chart, right? We need to watch this 2 week chart because there's 5 days left, 3 days left, sorry, in the 2 week candle. This is red on the 2 week candle. It's not going to flip green. Okay. I don't think it's going to flip green. So Ethereum has limited upside for the next 3 days. Yeah, pardon me. So, on a new 2 week candle, we do need to be watching that, right? If it flips red and starts to dip, you want to stay away from the market or stay away from Ethereum. It's only if you have that small dip that drops down in here, possibly to fill the wick, and then pops up and flips green. So this would be my ideal situation coming into a new 2 week candle. Would be the dip down here because we've already seen that support is holding so far, right? It can always break later. You can see here support was holding and it bounced and rolled over later. But so dips on a new 2 week down into this green bar are green box are buys, especially if it pops up and flips green again on a 2 week. That's a buy on Ethereum to see where this goes, to see if this can find strength going into the ETF. And this is my favorite setup for Ethereum for a new 2 week candle coming into the ETF. Now, we don't know if it's going to propel the price higher, but if it is, people are going to start buying before the ETF in anticipation of the news of the launch of the ETF. So next week, this is very important. Anyway, guys, I've rambled on a bit. I'm 11 minutes into this video, but it's good to look over past data. It's good to check out all these things. There's something here I was looking at the other day. You can draw something there that kind of is in that trend line. It touches here, touches. Well, it doesn't really touch the one in the middle, to be fair. But anyway, there's something there as well. We are on the upper band of this. This is your lower channel. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. If I just move this down here, you can see that there's a lower channel and an upper channel, and we have moved up, to potentially the second standard deviation of the channel or whatever. I didn't use the channel thing, but you can kind of see up here. Is this some sort of a wider channel there? But anyway, yeah, you can see this channel has broke out to the upside, and we've back tested this channel now potentially for moving up. Above a channel breakout. Channel breakouts can be extremely bullish. Now we can do the same thing here if you want to see that. And we had something similar now, not quite as good, but there's a channel here. You can see it held all through here. It held here, held here. Yes, we did deviate below. It was a fake out and we came back up. But, is it the perfect channel? No. But there is definitely this trend line up here that was potential part of that channel. So when we broke out on the upside of it, the price was allowed to run. This is consolidating above it. So let's see. Anyway, guys, yeah, if you want some help with your trading or you want some buy and sell alerts, if you want me to make you some videos, if you want to talk to our members, we have a fantastic group in there. We also provide our own technical indicators that we have developed that are extremely powerful. And they can help you trade. They can help you learn the markets. They can help you give you buy and sell alerts and all sorts. So yeah, come on and check us out. You can get a 3-day or weekly free trial down below. And yeah, I will see you in the live trading room. Thanks for watching.